Niccolò Paganini was an Italian violinist, much celebrated during his time, and left his mark with his modern violin techniques. Here are two portraits of this great musician, yet two very different moods. Would you believe me that these are of the same man? The painting on the left is by neoclassicism artist Eng. We previously learned about this art style, how it emphasized simplicity and order, symmetry and balance, straight and clear lines. This painting uses those traits to create a clear and calm portrait. There is precision, calculation, crispness, bringing lines to the forefront. So who painted the portrait on the right? And why is it so different from the one on the left? Also, comparing the two, while the left is detailed and skilled, it lacks emotion and feels unfinished. The right looks complete and we can see what the artist wanted to portray. It exudes feelings and emotions. The personality of Paganini seems to just leap off the brushstrokes and colors. So, again, who painted this portrait? And more importantly, how are both portraits from the same period? Our mystery painter goes by the name of Eugene Delacroix. Born April 26, 1798, in a suburb of Paris. He is regarded as the leader of the French Romantic school. Romantic? No, not the lovey-dovey kind. The Romantic period, or Romanticism, was a movement of art, literature, and music in the late 18th to mid-19th century in Europe. It started with the claim that reason isn't, wasn't, and wouldn't be everything. Through the French Revolution and Napoleon's rise and fall, all things Enlightenment and Neoclassicism fell out of favor with intellectuals and artists. Instead of objectivity, Romanticism reinforced expressiveness and emotions, subjective perception and representation, and feeling is everything. Feeling is important. Imagination is important. Nature, human life, freedom of expression and passion are important. Traditions, legends, even fairy tales are important. Recall the left is neoclassicism, followers where the line is number one. And the right, we now know, is romanticism, where it champions color over form and outline, whose followers took their inspirations from Baroque painter Peter Paul Rubens, emphasizing color and movement over shapes and lines, feelings over facts, emotional expression over subject choice. Here's another comparison between these two greats, their 1824 Salon submissions. Eng, the vow of Louis XIII, is classic Poussin and Renaissance with symmetry and composition, primary colors, detailed textures. It has an ideal and noble subject, balance of human beauty and ideal forms. But Delacroix's The Massacre at Keogh's paintings, it is of the brutality of the Ottomans during the Greek Revolution. Instead of a history painting with lessons to be learned, Delacroix reveals the extreme fear and suffering of real humans in the chaos of war and brutal violence. A stark and quite intense contrast of these two paintings. However, Delacroix's masterpiece is liberty leading the people. This painting is of the July Revolution of 1830, in which the people revolted against Charles X of France. See the barefoot, half-nude lady charging towards the viewer, leading the revolutionary fighters? This goddess-like figure is a personification of liberty and came to symbolize the French Republic as Marianne. Her yellow dress, loosely tied with red rope, is reminiscent of heroic Greek sculptures. Yet she also wears a red Phrygian cap or liberty cap to represent the working class. She holds the tricolor flag in one hand and the musket with bayonet in the other. Standing next to her is the young boy holding pistols, who symbolizes the urban worker. The man in the top hat is bourgeoisie, while the identity of the man is widely debated. One could be a self-portrait of Delacroix himself. The countless others following are strokes of the brush. Through the smoke on top of Notre Dame is a second tricolor. There is movement using the angles formed by the muskets, the flagpole, and the boy's pistol. There is stability in the triangular composition. There is intensity with the strong contrast of the reds and blues, allowing the drama and passion to come alive, characteristic to later influenced Impressionist artists. There's great dismay with showing the people advancing forward by stepping on the many corpses of freedom fighters and opposition forces, a reminder of the horrors of the revolution. Delacroix wanted to convey the message that the revolution was built on their sacrifices. The question is, could this be a history painting? Although it does incorporate an historical event, the subject is of the people and of the ideology. Other noteworthy Romantic artists were William Blake and William Turner of England, Caspar David Friedrich of Germany, Francisco Goya of Spain. And with the rise of Romanticism, what we now consider traditional art comes to a close. The Romantics used the visible and invisible, a characteristic to later influence surrealist artists. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.